Hello and welcome to Motors TV. We're at the Stade de France. It's the season finale, the grand spectacular season finale of the Trophée Andros 2010-11 season. After a particularly competitive campaign which saw Jean-Philippe Desraux make it a hat-trick of victories in the Trophée Andros, we're here just for the show now and to show the people in the French capital what the ice racing is all about. Well, there's no points for the championship on offer. This one's all for show, and a crowd of 50,000 packed into the Stade de France here just north of Paris on this incredible man-made ice circuit. 700 tons of ice, 60,000 ice blocks brought in, 20 centimeters deep, the ice around this circuit now. And as you can see, it's not part of the regular season, but we have the challenge, 1 against 1. And we're right into the semi-finals then, where there we see the three-time defending champion now of the Trophée Andros, Jean-Philippe Desraux, looking out his side windows as always, got the car sideways. He's taking on Frank Lagorce, who finished the regular season in the Trophée Andros in 3rd place. And we have the top 4 all qualifying for the semi-finals from the regular season for this challenge. And Jean-Philippe Desraux taking the first round of this semi-final. The best of 3. And the thumbs up from Jean-Philippe Desraux, who was in incredible form throughout the season, in the end finishing with 843 points, 20 points clear of Alain Prost in 2nd place. Frank Lagorce was another 11 points adrift in 3rd. And then came Olivier Panis. So 3 former Formula 1 drivers as well in the top 4, but they were beaten out to top prize by Jean-Philippe Desraux, who is a real specialist. And as you can see in this challenge, the 2nd round of this first semi-final between Jean-Philippe Desraux and Frank Lagorce, it's Jean-Philippe Desraux who has a little advantage there, coming through at the bottom of your screen. He's got it very sideways. You can already see a few ruts appearing in the ice, and it looks as though Frank Lagorce is going to have this one under control, looking for a 2nd win in this semi-final, which will take him through to the final. Frank Lagorce has just got a little bit wide there, and it is all over. Jean-Philippe Desraux at the top of your screens there, coming round these 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering machines. Jean-Philippe Desraux with his new team this year, driving the BMW after taking the title with Skoda last year. You can see windscreen wipers on the side windows over the doors, because these cars spend so much of the time sideways. Frank Lagorce has a very similar driving style to Jean-Philippe Desraux, but Desraux is the undisputed master. And even the little 360 to boot as well. So Jean-Philippe Desraux is into the final, the man that has swept all before him in the 2010-11 season. Who will he be up against? Will it be that man, twice winner Alain Prost, or Olivier Panis in the Skoda Fabia? Alain Prost is in the Dacia Duster. You can see the ice spewing off those tires, and it looks as though Alain Prost just has a slight advantage, getting away quickly. They were teammates a few seasons back in the Toyota Auris team when Alain Prost took the title. And Prost, the professor, whose son, incidentally, will catch up a little bit later. He's in the electric car competition of the Trophée Andros, and he took out the regular season in the electric cars as well. So the Prost family looking to keep it in the family. Alain Prost looking to join his arch rival Jean-Philippe Desraux in the final of the challenge event. And Prost certainly has a visible advantage over Panis here. Olivier Panis, who took his first ever win on the Trophée Andros. It was at Alpe d'Huez on day 1 when he beat out Frank Lagorce to top spot. He won again at Isla 2000, but it was Alain Prost who was too fast in that first semi-final round. Here's round number 2. And Alain Prost again making another great start. And he's got the drop on his former teammate. Oh, Panis just starting to close up a little bit. And Olivier Panis is really throwing that car around. He might just have lost a little bit of ground there, getting a little too ragged as he really tries to give it everything. And Alain Prost, of course, former Formula One world champion as well, keeps it very neat and tidy. Can't get out too wide because there's a lot of loose powder out there as well. It's much better to stay in tight where the cars have already made a clear racing line. These tyres have tungsten studs on them to get in the digging, and it's Alain Prost who joins Jean-Philippe Desraux in the final then at the Stade de France of the Challenge. The thumbs down from Olivier Panis. Well, that's exactly right. And it's the two main contenders from the Trophée Andros over the last 5 years, really, between them. They've split the titles. 3 for Jean-Philippe Desraux, 2 for Alain Prost. And now they go head-to-head in the Challenge final. Well, this is the dream final for the Challenge. There you can see these cars, little more than a shell with a whole lot of power underneath. Jean-Philippe Desraux. As we're underway in the final. Both cars making a very even getaway as well. The BMW up against the Dacia Duster. Oh, and it's too close to call at the end of half a lap as they come around to complete their first of this Stade de France circuit. Back for the 7th time at the Stade de France. The last time was in 2008. 1999 was the first time they made their way here. And again, it's too close to call. Jean-Philippe Desraux had a slight lead as they came around. Well, Alain Prost is now fighting back very strong. He's drawn level, he's just about in front, and I think he's got the slenderest of leads now, Alain Prost. And Alain Prost takes the first leg of this final. And so we're all set for round number 2 then. And again, it's a good start from Jean-Philippe Desraux. Swinging that back end around, get the car pointing in the right direction for the back straight. And he's got a little lead, as he did in the first round, Jean-Philippe Desraux. And once again, it's Alain Prost coming back very strongly. He does have one great attribute from all those years of racing, Alain Prost, which is never panic. Just think about finding a solution. Keep it tidy. And he's coming back strongly again. Let's have a look as they come across. Oh, Alain Prost definitely has the lead now in this one. He's just a lap from victory then in the Challenge. And he does have a slight advantage. We're into the closing stages now of the Challenge. Trophée Andros. 2010-11. And it's Alain Prost that takes it in just 2 rounds in the best-of-3 final. No need for the third. It's Alain Prost. Brilliant stuff from Alain Prost. Second in the regular season, but a winner here in the Challenge. And of course, we've got the more traditional final series coming up again, where we'll have several cars out on circuit, all racing against each other as we have a look at the highlights of that final. You can get a sore neck just by watching these guys flying around, looking out those door windows. Well, it was Alain Prost that took the first challenge, the special challenge which we set in place just for the Trophée Andros end of season finale at the Stade de France, and now we've got another one. It's Régis Leconi, the French motorcycle extraordinaire, who's taking on another famous name in Jacques Villeneuve, who raced his first ever season in the Trophée Andros and even got a win for himself on the final day at Lens-en-Vacourt. A great moment for Jacques Villeneuve, who ended up the regular season in 9th place. A great finish for a debutant, a rookie. As we see, we're underway now. In theory, Régis Leconi will get the better start away, but Jacques Villeneuve should have more power and speed through the bends. So Leconi has the lead early on. Now, can he hold on to that lead, Régis Leconi? And we can see that Villeneuve, the former Formula One world champion in the Skoda Fabia machine, throwing it around, and he has the lead now over Régis Leconi. You can see how dangerous, it's a perilous affair for Régis Leconi, who can't take that pace through the bends. And Jacques Villeneuve, what a quick learner. He was only meant to take part in the first 4 rounds of the season, but he loved it so much, he quickly reworked his diary to make himself available for the entire season. So he's taken round 1, the man that could find himself in the NASCAR championship in North America in 2011. But for the moment, he's here at the Stade de France for the pleasure of it, taking on Régis Leconi. And this time, Régis Leconi hasn't even managed to get that good start to even hold up a little bit of suspense. Jacques Villeneuve, right from the start. You can see the total absence of security for Régis Leconi. The bike just sliding around all over the place despite the ice tyres. Oh, he's coming around. Can he catch up to Régis Leconi? It'll be interesting to see him try and overtake him on the ice here. Just looks like great fun, doesn't it? You just want to be out there. There's Villeneuve. Well, he won't be too far away from catching up to him and overtaking him. I wonder if the ice skating rule exists, where if he overtook him, it would have ended there. As it is, Jacques Villeneuve wins it for the 4-wheeled machines. The challenge up against the motorcycles, which really was doing it tough. Régis Leconi, former World Superbike and MotoGP rider, and not easy for Régis Leconi. So Jacques Villeneuve shows he's still got the touch and shows that the 4-wheeled machines have it over the ice, over their 2-wheeled rivals. And so it's time for the award ceremony then. Alain Prost, who won the challenge ahead of Jean-Philippe Desraux. Well, he missed out on the main title at the end of a pulsating season, but he gets his revenge in front of 50,000 people at the Stade de France. And there in the background you can see Jacques Villeneuve along with Régis Leconi. The two of them up on the podium. It's good to see for that great exhibition race between the car and the bike on the ice. Fabulous atmosphere here on Motors TV at the Stade de France for the season finale of the 2010-11 Andros Trophy. 50,000 packed in to this magnificent stadium, and also packed in, well, plenty of ice as well. Well, as opposed to the regular Andros season, we had no qualifying out here on the ice this weekend, just straight into the races based on the final standings for the season. And we're going to have elite finals, 2 elite finals. The winner will qualify for the back row of the grid for the Elite Superior Finals, which is where we'll see the real big guns come out. On the Fiat is Daziano in the Fiat Stilo. 6 laps then. And Jean-Pierre Pernaut jumping across the start and just crashing straight into Stephen Hart. And he's taken out Karam as well in the BMW. You can see the front left of Pernaut's machine. Well, I think there might be a little complaint about that start from Pernaut, cutting right across the front. Oh, as he gets it very ragged, he's not going to last much longer either. Well, Jean-Pierre Pernaut manages to keep going, but will he be able to keep Daziano at bay? And the newsreader on French television just showing that it's not quite so easy to jump on to the ice, and you can see he mustn't be able to see very much at all there. You've got one wheel which is refusing to turn in the right direction, and the bonnet, well, I'm not sure how he's looking through there. He's got to look out here because we've got 2 other cars parked on the side, and he was pretty much at fault for them being there as well. In the meantime, Daziano in the Fiat Stilo has inherited the lead. Jean-Pierre Pernaut is still going. I wonder if they're going to ask him to stop soon. Barbieri's behind him and looking for a way through. Oh, as Pernaut's back into the wall again. Well, at least he's put on a show for the crowd in attendance. In the meantime, it's the Fiat Stilo of Daziano leading the way from Jouet. And Sophie Lemonnier is in there as well in 3rd place, but for the moment Daziano is looking good for that place in the Elite Superior Final coming up in a couple of moments' time, as Jean-Pierre Pernaut is even struggling to get the car into the pits. Well, he's had a good time of it anyway. Mentioned Alain Prost's son, Nicolas Prost, is out there racing in the electric car competition. Well, so is Jean-Pierre Pernaut's son, and Pernaut Jr. has made a very good fist of his racing car career on the ice so far as well. Came 4th in the electric car competition, Olivier Pernaut, but for the moment it's Daziano who's looking good in the Fiat. We've got Fiat Stilos, Fiat Grand Puntos, Skoda Fabias, BMW Series 1s, Renault Clios, and of course the Dacia Duster of Alain Prost. Victory then for Daziano, who qualifies for the Elite Superior Final. And so now, 2nd round of this Elite Final. And now the cars are the same, but it's Serge Lebrano who's in the Fiat Stilo this time at the place of Daziano. And he's made a very good start as well, not such a good start for Gerard Fontenelle, who's lost 2nd place to Hervé Napik, who's been a regular on the ice. And just behind them in 4th place, it's Christophe Anquetil. Serge Lebrano, who is a regular throughout the Trophée Andros season. Came home in the end in 15th place in the regular season, Serge Lebrano. Gerard Fontenelle came back in 18th place. Hervé Napik, who didn't take part in every round, had to settle for 23rd place at the end of the season. Just behind Anne-Sophie Lemonnier, who we saw in that first Elite Final earlier. Many of these cars, to reduce the costs as well, are shared. You can see the names on the rear side windows there. One name blacked out. That changes, and there's a B added to the number as well. So, for example, the Fiat Gran Punto of Oncatel has the 7B. And for the moment, Lebrano is giving it a real demonstration at the front as Fontenelle gets a little bit wide and the rear end just kisses the wall. As they come around and take the checkered flag, and it's Lebrano who qualifies. And Lebrano even able to show that the Fiat Steel Oak can throw the odd donut around. Four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering makes that a lot easier, obviously. And now we have the parade. Evan Stevenart and Alain Prost there. We saw just before that Jean-Philippe Dérault. There's Frank Legorce. He's up alongside Paul Belmondo, so another couple of French former Formula One drivers. Jacques Villeneuve and Olivier Panis. I'm assured they're not driving. Bertrand Ballas there with Berenice de Moustier, sharing their Toyota Auris. Romain Grosjean, who got one win along with Jean-Baptiste Dubourg there. Pierre Lorac and Andreas Dubourg there. Now on the Fiats, with Philippe de Corsac on the Fiat. And behind there, it's Daziano and Lubrano.
Get set for an evening of wall-to-wall rally competition on Motors TV this Saturday, March the 12th. A trip to Belgium and back in time for the Legend Boucle de Spa from 9:15. The action continues from Belgium with the Belgian Rally Championships Rally Van Happengouw from 10:05. And then from 10:30, Motors TV will have all the best moments from the second round of the World Rally Championship, Rally Mexico. Motor racing doesn't get much better than when today's finest sports cars battle it out for 12 hours on an extraordinary road course. And that's exactly what you'll be in store for when you tune in to Motors TV this Saturday, March the 12th from 6:40 for the Bathurst 12 hours from the Mount Panorama circuit in Australia with a full field of Audis, Porsches, Ferraris and more.
Welcome back to Motors TV. It's time for the finals. At last, we're going to see some real racing with the big guns here out on the ice in front of this massive crowd at the Stade de France. The season is done and dusted. This one's all for the show. And then they can put the cars and the ice away for another summer and bring it out as the temperatures start to drop again in France for what will be the 23rd season of the Trophée Andros next year, throughout the French Alps and down in the Pyrenees. So in this first race, Berenice de Moustier is there, Paul Belmondo as well, Evan Stevenart in the Dacia Duster, Jacques Villeneuve is there, Langtui on pole position, and he makes a good start as well. gets away behind him then. In the Dacia, it's Stevenart who looks up the inside immediately. Now, in the regular season, most of the points on offer come in qualifying. To avoid that the racing gets too dangerous, it's mostly just bonus points on offer, and you'll see here why, because it's very hard to overtake on the ice. The only way to really get past is capitalize on a mistake by a rival, or just pull up alongside and just gently bump them out of the way. It is spectacular stuff, though, and you can see just here what Stevenart is trying up the inside. Brilliantly done. And he's caught the front of Jean-Philippe Desros's car, and that's put Langtwy out for a little bit. Oh, and there's a big problem there for one of the Scodias as well. And it's Paul Belmondo's rear right which is struggling. Langtwy's lost the bonnet, but somehow managed to keep going. Oh, it's like a smash-em-up derby out there on the ice. Brilliant stuff. In the end, Belmondo's managed to get the car into the pits and to the relative safety of the pits. At least he's not going to get crashed into by anyone. Well, as you can see, the bonnet there getting in the way. So it's Stevenart leading. Jacques Villeneuve, who's shown himself to be a real terrier out there on the ice. He will have to do well to catch up to that Dacia Duster, but he will give it absolutely everything. And you can see this field is stretched out over nearly half a lap of this Stade de France circuit. Jacques Villeneuve keeping it more or less nose into the corner to try and get the power down. Oh, he's going to drift out a little bit wide. Getting the power down now. There's a little hole appearing in the ice there as well at the entry to pit lane. Oh, and there's a big bump there. I think we might have lost, basically, almost a whole block of ice there because the cars are bouncing down through there. We'll have another look as we come around here again. Look at that hole there, as here comes the Dacia through it now. Boom. And the Skoda as well. And Jacques Villeneuve is noticeably catching up there. So Stevenart leading from Villeneuve. Langtwy and Grosjean are in the battle for third place. And we're coming up to lap a back marker as well in Berenice de Moustier. Oh, who's got real troubles with her rear right as well as they hammer into the Toyota Auris. The Dacia forces its way through. And that was as they took the checkered flag as well. So Evan Stevenart somehow manages to hang on. Jacques Villeneuve was right there, and poor old Berenice de Moustier. It was a case of being caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, are there going to be any cars left for the other Elite Superior final? Stevenart gets the win, though, and looks pretty happy about it as well. Not doing any burnouts because I'm not sure the car would make it back to the pits. Well, we might have to have a little break before the Elite Superior second final because I think there's going to be some repair work going on there. Look at the state of that Dacia Duster. Let's hope Berenice de Moustier's not got anything more than a bit of a scare. Jacques Villeneuve having a laugh as well about, you see what happened there on that last bend. Well, there is the repair work on Jean-Philippe Desros's machine. I think they're going to bother with trying to keep the ice and the lights working on that one. Alain Prost comes out to have a look at his machine. Well, if it's going to take a little bit of time, we'll take the time, because this isn't all about the winning. This is about having a good time out on the ice. And Jacques Villeneuve again showing just what a fast learner he is. Three-time winner, Jean-Philippe Desros. Well, his car, there you see the tyres with those tungsten studs sticking up them as well. Evans is out, Prost is in. Look at the state of those cars. Well, some of them don't even have bonnets. There's very little inside. Rest assured they've got tyres and engines, and that's just about all you need for a spectacular race here on the ice. Alain Prost on pole. Behind him, It's Olivier Panis, then Jean-Philippe Dérault. Rivière, Lebrano, Larac. Lagorce is there as well. There's contact. Panis just touching the back of Alain Prost's machine. Oh, he's got it wide though, and Dérault is straight through into second place. Oh, and there's a big problem for Panis. Jean-Baptiste Dubourg is up into third. Well, I wonder if Olivier Panis doesn't have a big problem there. Oh, look at the front of his car. There are bits falling off it everywhere. In the meantime, Jean-Philippe Dérault, in what's left of his BMW, is taking on what's left of Alain Prost's Dacia Duster as he slides in. Oh, almost too much slide. Not enough power on there. He had to straighten up again, Jean-Philippe Dérault. In that corner as he gets up alongside again. Oh, but he's lost his front left. Dérault has a problem. It's just given with the ruts. Oh, as Jean-Baptiste Dubourg comes flying through, there's contact. Oh, big contact. Now, these are fragile machines. That's the risk of four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering machines, is that too much contact and those wheels would just come apart. Well, this has certainly been spectacular. Look at that. The car barely held together for Jean-Baptiste Dubourg. Can he hold on for second place? Well, one more bang through the ruts might just finish him off. There it is. They managed to keep it together barely. Alain Prost is out in front. He's not out of the woods yet either with the state of his machine. Alain Prost is doing it fairly comfortably out in front, but it really is a question of just trying to keep these cars together now. Well, I think Jean-Baptiste Dubourg has lost the entire rear end of his car, has he? In second place. I don't know where that is. There it is. We've found it as they split the debris. Right in the middle as we see Dubourg go through in second place. Behind them it's Benjamin Rivière in the Fiat. Lebrano and Larac. Oh, my word, they're going to have the entire off-season to repair these cars, but it might just take about the entire off-season to do it. Alain Prost. Look at the state of that circuit now. Those blocks of ice, they've been frozen down. But these studs on the tyres have been doing a great job of digging it out and wearing it away, and there are ruts and holes and crevices and a couple of even canyons, and you can see this circuit's becoming more like a giant car park at the moment. Alain Prost, can he keep it together? He can do. He limps across to take the final race of the 2010-11 Andros Trophy season, ahead of Jean-Baptiste Dubourg's car, if you can call it that, 4 wheels and an engine. Benjamin Rivière third, and Serge Lebrano taking 4th place ahead of Pierre Larac. Oh, what a spectacular end to the season. And Alain Prost, he may have got second overall in the season, but he's shown that in front of the crowd, he's still got what it takes. Jean-Philippe Dérault comes back to find the state of his car, and just have a look at just what exactly went wrong. You can see the state of the circuit as he bumps around. So there it is, the podium at the end of the day. Grosjean Dubourg on second, Prost and Evan Stevenart taking top spot of the podium for the final race of the season in front of 50,000 here at the Stade de France. Well, the Trophée Andros is also motorbikes as well on the ice, as we saw earlier with Régis Laconi. Well, in the season proper, it was Emery who won it, and there was a spectacular end here at the Stade de France as well. Maxime Emery taking the win, though. He is the man to beat once again in the pilot bike series of the Trophée Andros.
C'était vraiment superbe. Et on va donc
well, what a talented rider on the ice, Maxime Emery. He's been a loyal servant as well of the pilot bike series. He's been there for years. And that brings us to the end of the 2010-11 Andros Trophy. We'll see you again next year on Motors TV for more racing on the ice.